Hello, Timmy girl. Hello. 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 What you doing? You got a friend. You got a friend. Who's your friend? Hi, Maeve. Where are those lemmies? Where are those lemmies? Hello. How you going? Hello. Oh, you're so beautiful. There's no milk in there yet, sorry. I'll feed you later. Hey, lemmies! What you doing? What are you doing, Tammy? Hello. Hello, Tammy girl. Where are your lemmy friends? Oh, there they are. Oh, there you are. Hi, Marshall. Hi, Marshall. What you doing? Are you having a sit down? Hello, Miss Lemmy. Hello, Miss Lemmy. Hello, Marshall. Hello. Hello. Yeah, you're rough. You're too rough. Hey, you don't jump on me, mister. You're too rough sometimes. Hey, a bit too rough. What you doing? You gonna follow me now? Hi, Eyeball. Hello, Eyeball. Hi, Marshall. Ouch. Bye. Keep coming with me. Are you all gonna come with me? Come on in. Come on in. Good girl. Good girl. Alright, I'll see you soon. Whew. I'm hoping it's not going to be too windy today, but I'm going to do a garden tour. So, hi, I'm Claire. Welcome to Ballymullin Farm. We are in Taranaki, New Zealand, and we are trying to be self-sufficient in our own vegetables. We also are a dairy farm as well as a small potato farm. So we grow, for the last 3 years we've been growing potatoes for our community. There is lots of changes that have happened in the garden since the last garden tour, so it's pretty exciting to see things growing really well. Yeah, so let's get into it. So I'm starting the garden tour right down with our new little bit that we've just made for our pet animals. So we've got our lambs here that we've had to bottle feed, as well as Tammy, our Highland calf, and today we've just moved Maeve in there with her. She is a Murray Grey crossed with Highland cow. So this is the new little paddock that we've made for them down the end of the garden, and it's real cool actually to be in the garden and just see them all in here happily grazing away. So the plan out here is to pop some more permanent paddocks. We have our temporary one that we've been using for them, but we have this whole area. So eventually out here we will be putting more gardens, orchards, paddocks. We want to get something set up for pigs and to have more chickens. So that's the plan for that area out there. Currently we have the potato patch way over there, as well as just a little market garden space that we're starting this year. So back into the main part of the garden. This is the part of the garden I'm getting set up for our tomatoes. So this area is set up for our tomatoes. We've got some 2.6 metre long waratahs coming. Other names for those are T-posts or Y-posts. And we're going to be stringing just number 8 wire along those. We will use the shed here to stay them, so we'll run something from the shed to the waratahs to stay them, as well as we're thinking of using wooden posts on this side next to the track, so that just to keep them nice and sturdy. In the past we've used our concrete reinforcing mesh to grow our tomatoes up, but this year, because we're doing so much more, we wanted to just try and keep it a little bit more affordable. So we're just going with, we're going to give that a try and see how it goes. So in this space we're planning to put about 100 tomato plants, and then I was thinking maybe a few pumpkins that can kind of just grow along the ground to, you know, it's a big area that they can kind of sprawl out on and they won't get in the way of the tomatoes. I think we must have had some really big gusts of wind last night, and this is all just stapled down. You can see here, staples. But yeah, they've all blown up last night. Something funky must have happened. So along here I've got all of our raspberry plants, and we will be running some wire from this post to this post here, so we can support those. We also have all of our other berries here that have yet to find a home, and they've all blown over from the wind last night too. So we've got blueberries here that we bought last year. So blueberry plants that we bought last year that we are struggling to find a place for them or figure out where to put them. It's always those permanent things that we find hard, and I think I talked about that in the last video. So I was going to run them along the edge of this fence where we've just popped the pet paddock, but I'm thinking I know where I want them to go now, so when we get there I'll show you where I'm thinking about for putting those. So starting from a different end of the garden this time for this tour, these beds will go pretty quick because I talked about the varieties last time, so I won't do that today. We'll just kind of have a look at and see how everything's growing. But I'm really happy with most of these beds. So you can see on this side things are growing really well. They're sort of a good size and looking really good, as opposed to over this side. So I think what I've had is, in some of these beds last year I've had heavy feeders. I think they've just taken so much out of the soil that some of the beds just aren't growing as well as others. So we don't use any chemical fertilizers, but we do use a seaweed fertilizer. So we have one that we use that I come along. It's just like a pump sprayer, and I just spray that on the veggies. It's just watered down, like a watered down seaweed solution. I can probably show you the bags of that sometimes. I got it from Farmlands, and yeah, we've been pretty happy with it so far. It's an organic fertilizer, and we're thinking of using that on the potatoes as well. But our soil currently is still very fertile, and because we've been rotating the potato crop through that large paddock, we haven't grown in the same space more than once yet. So we've found that we're getting good crops because the fertilizer is because the soil is quite, you know, pretty decent. So I've planted peas all along this arch trellis, and I some of them are going well and some of them aren't. As you can probably hear, we've got a ton of birds, and they are our main pest here, as well as slugs. But some of the peas are doing a lot better, and you can see that we do have some starting to climb along the trellis. So what I'll probably do here is just rip out any of the ones that have been really eaten, and I will pop some beans in, and then I'll try peas again in autumn. And I think I don't know, my feeling is they might grow better for us then. I always find that those early spring crops always do better for us at that time of the year. So yeah, I'll give that a go. So we've got a nice pretty little cornflower here. It's growing really tall, and I've just been tying it to the trellis, and it's really cool that it's growing up it. So you can see here another bed that's not growing so well, so this is all just brassicas on this side, and you can see the difference between down this end where they're just growing really well. Over on this other side is onions, and you can see the same thing on this bed as well. So these ones on this side are growing really well compared to this half on this side that aren't growing so well. So I'll just keep coming along with that seaweed fertilizer every 2 weeks or so, and I'm sure that will be fine. This bed is looking really cool compared to last time. Things have grown so much. So we've got what looks like probably maybe cabbages. I do have tags. Oh look, there's a tag. Oh yeah. So we've got cabbages along here, and then our elephant garlic. I'm so excited for this. It is looking so massive. Like, I can put my whole hand around it. It's so big. So I currently have wool as a mulch on the garlic. It's starting to get really warm now, so what I'm thinking is I'll probably pull that up shortly and replace it with straw. I just really don't want those garlic bulbs to be getting too hot and rotting, or you know, too wet and rotting. And yeah, I think it's done a really great job at helping to fertilize these as well, and I just want to make sure that I don't lose that crop because it's looking amazing. I'm so happy with it, and so far we've got no rust, but you know, that is probably going to come eventually. But I'm hoping that it's able to form really nice heads of garlic before it gets rust, so we'll see. So this bed is a little bit of a I don't know, a mismatch of things, I suppose. So at this end I had beetroot, and there is some growing here, but our puppy dug up most of this. Yeah, most of it, as it was just kind of getting started, which is all good. So yeah, anyway, I've been dumping out you can see this is seed starting mix. So I've been dumping out my seed starting mix where I've had seeds that haven't germinated or haven't done really well, and I've got a ton of little tomato plants in here. So I'm probably just going to let them grow. They're probably going to be really hardy and healthy, so there's quite a few of them there. But yeah, I'm going to let them grow. I will probably move them from this space. Then in here we've got some Swedes. You can see in here they're starting to, what can you see? You can see there they're starting to, oh, get out of the way, leaves. Starting to form heads or roots. I guess they're starting to form roots, so those will be good. I have a feeling that some of these may be planted too close together, but what I'll probably do is just pull out some and then hopefully be able to let some others grow. I did sow carrots here, so we've got like, I think I've got one. I've got one. I've got a little poppy that I've planted there. And then I've just pulled out a whole lot of parsley, and then I've just left this one to go. We didn't really need that much parsley and it was just taking up space. Some more brassicas here that are looking awesome, as well as some more elephant garlic. So over on the next bed is our little patch of carrots. So we've been eating these for a little while now and they're going okay. They're definitely not as good as that first lot of carrots that we had over the other side of the greenhouse, but they are doing the job. We've got some cabbages. I'm so sick of eating cabbages, but we have got a few more to go. I'm thinking I might make some sauerkraut with the cabbages. I've got a crock that I got from Kiwi Family Kitchen that is really, it makes it really easy. And yeah, sauerkraut's not like our favorite thing to eat, but I think, you know, when you know that fermented food is really good for you, that you just eat it up anyway. We also really like to make just like a sauteed cabbage with onions and things like that, which is really nice because it's felt like we've been eating it all winter long. So I have got some more cornflowers there, and then peas. So peas that have done okay, they got a bit blown over by the wind, but that is pretty much it. So that's like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 plants just there. The ones on the other side here were completely just nibbled on by birds all the time, so I just pulled them out and I've planted beans there, and I planted Kentucky runner beans, so they should grow up the trellis still and look really nice. It may just look a little funny that we've got peas on one side and beans on the other, but oh well. I've also planted some sunflowers along both sides of these beds, and I've got a dahlia coming up here which I'm really excited about. I really love mixing flowers in with the veggie garden. There's another poppy there, and yeah, sunflowers are all along that one, sunflowers all along the edge of this one too, so they'll look really awesome because they'll grow up nice and tall and look beautiful. I've got some calendula here, which is one that's really, really pretty. Look at that. Oh, looks like the sunshine. Ooh, look at that. So that's really cool. Some more brassicas. I think those are cauliflower. And then lots of kale here at the end. So we'll go into the greenhouse next. We've got some plants in there that are doing really, really well, and some plants that are doing really, really terribly. So I'll show you them anyway. And my philosophy on growing plants is just grow more, you know, start more than you need. And then, you know, if you have a disaster or something doesn't kind of go very well, then you have got backups. So that's the plan with those. Alright, so I'm just going to go over these real quick because there are so many of them. So slugs or snails keep eating all my flowers, so they just come and nip the top off them, which is really, 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 really annoying. But yeah, oh well, I just keep starting them, and I've started lots and lots and lots. Ah, you can see that. Look at the, oh, those are my, oh, that's my second lot of tomatillos. I'm just like not gonna get any of those. They just love those. They've eaten those so much and it's really frustrating. So my first lot got completely eaten. I've been out and picked like little plant pots full of slugs and snails, and it makes me so mad. They're just very naughty little bugs. So I'll show you some more. So look, all of that, and then I just noticed this too. So look, I'm just down to little nubs, little cheeky beggars. But oh well. So So we've got lots and lots in here. So that's the main thing. I can always, you know, like I've had no luck with my jalapenos, but you know, I've got really great other peppers. So I'm just gonna buy, you know, like I'll probably buy 6 or so, and that'll just mean that we've got those ones, because the ones I grew didn't work. So I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself to grow everything perfectly. You know, I do the best that I can, and my goal this year is to not buy any seedlings, but I have. So I've bought, so I've got them coming in the mail. So I've bought jalapenos, eggplant. I didn't even bother growing eggplant. I got celery, so I do have some celery, but it's been pretty difficult to grow. What else did I get? I got some flowers because, like I said, mine keep getting eaten, although I do have some really good ones as well, but I just thought some extras would be good. And I think that's it. I was good. I didn't buy any tomatoes because I've got tons. I didn't buy any. I was very tempted to buy Kumara slips, but mine are growing really well, so I just thought, no, I'll just go with my ones. But yeah, I'll show you what else is going on in here. So some things that really need to get planted, but I'm going to wait another couple of weeks. So yeah, the basil really needs to get in the ground. It's getting too big for its pot. So I've got a whole lot of different peppers and chilies. I'm really excited about my shishitos, so they're growing really well. You can see, these are my first tomatillos. They're just completely eaten, but oh well, there's always next year. Or you know, I could even try, I've got lots and lots of time, so if I wanted to, I could try again with those. Lots of tomatoes that are looking really, really good. So these are the kids. So these ones here are the kids seedlings that they've started. They're going to have a little garden bed that they're going to have for themselves. Some more tomatoes, they're looking good. So these ones all got a little bit sunburnt when I forgot to open the greenhouse, but they're all doing really well. And yeah, just some other bits and pieces. I've got more tomatoes down here, as well as some more tomatoes down here as well. Okay, time for the really bad ones. So I think the problem with these tomatoes, they're all Amish paste. They're all ones that I started first, and yeah, that's I don't know. So my thinking is either they have not had enough nutrients, so they're all quite, I'll show you them in a minute, they're all quite yellowy. So either like they've been in their pots too long. I think I've probably overwatered them. I think I've probably done everything wrong with these ones, but I also think it may have something to do with the variety, and maybe that I probably started them a few weeks before all my other ones, so they have probably been in their pots for longer, and yeah, they look terrible, but here they are anyway. So there they are, my failure tomatoes, but there's always got to be one, I reckon, so hopefully this is it. But yeah, I was really excited about growing the Amish paste ones, so that's a bit of a pity that they all look really bad, but oh well. So I'm just going to go into the greenhouse now and look at, so we got a little dog proof thing on it. Okay, so into the big greenhouse now, and this has had a ton of changes. So this is almost completely planted. There is, well, it is completely planted, but I'm going to pull something out because it's not, the slugs and snails are eating it too much. So I think I'm going to pull it out now and then, you know, be able to use the space more efficiently, instead of having a few plants here and there, and the rest didn't work out. So that's what I'm going to do. We are fully planted, so I'll walk down the path. I'll go down one side and then I'll go down the other side. Probably the first thing is I've moved most things off the path now, so I can walk down here, which is really good. It just makes it a lot easier to get in here and do jobs that I need to do. So I've got some more tomato plants over in this corner, as well as a cosmos, so I'm hoping the cosmos will kind of take up that area. I may have to kind of tie it back if it's coming over the path or anything like that. And then I've got all the tags for my tomatoes, so I will be able to tell you what some of them if I can see them without too much bending down, because I hurt my knee the other day and I feel like every time I bend down and stand up I kind of go ouch. So yeah, we won't be doing that too much. So that's a Albenga Ox Heart, which is a source variety of tomatoes, so I'm hoping to be able to preserve that. There's supposed to be basil, lettuce leaf basil, planted all in between the tomatoes, but that's been eaten a lot by slugs and snails. So next there's a Sweetheart, which is kind of like a larger cherry tomato. I think that one's a Russian red. One's a Tigrella. That looks like a brandywine. That one's a gross leaf, I think you say that one. I never know how to say that one. These are some of the ones that didn't look great, but they've looking better now that they're in the ground. So that's a heritage source, that's from Kwanga Seeds. And the next one may be the same, I think. So heritage source, and oh, that's an Amish paste. See, that one's not looking too bad. It's a bit more kind of vibrant green on the top, which is good. Ouch. Right, that one's a heritage cherry and another Amish paste. These are my bigger tomatoes. They are all looking really good. I'm just been winding them around the string. It's very tricky to do with one hand. Yeah, they'll grow up the strings. So these are the, I'm not going to try and say this one. There you go. That's the variety that one is. So that this one's the same. And then I've got a crimson red, I think that one is, and that's a black from Tula, which I'm really confused about. Okay, I'll show you why. I think this one may have been topped, because to me it does not look like it has a main, you know, like this bit that tomatoes have. To me this plant doesn't look like it's got one, but it does have like these things growing out the you know, the little armpits of the plant. But yeah, I think I don't know, I think we might get, what, that's 6 tomatoes. That's okay. So that one is a black from Tula, so I've actually got lots of other black from Tulas planted. I'm super excited about this one. I've never seen it before. It's called a Sweet 100 Yellow, and I've taken some cuttings from it. So I've just taken some of these laterals and popped them in some seed starting mix. So hopefully I can get more, which I'm really excited about. These ones are looking great. They've like jumped out of the ground in the last couple of days. So these are Oxheart Dalmatian. That one is the same. That one's an Island Bay Italian. That one's an Island Bay Italian, and that's another one. So these are amazing. Oxheart Dalmatians, more of those. So we're going to get tons and tons and tons of tomatoes for preserving. Looks like more preserving tomatoes there. Hawke's Bay yellow and red, I think. Yep. And then at the end a heritage source. So that is one row of tomatoes down there, and I've got another row as well. So in between my tomato row I've planted marigolds. and then I've got another row and they're like in between, so I've got tomato here and here, and then so like a triangle. So I've never ever grown in a greenhouse before, so it's a bit of an experiment, but I pretty much wanted to chuck in here as much as I could, and I thought because they're all climbing, I'm going to prune them all to 1 litre. The greenhouse has got the 2 doors on it, and it's got 3 roof vents, so I'm hoping that we're going to get enough airflow through here that everything's going to go smoothly, but only time will tell. We'll see, but yeah, I'm hopeful. So the next row of tomatoes is just another bit of a mix mash. So the first one along the path is a money maker. Oh, some of them have really tricky names. No, I'm not going to read it. Right, next I've got a Cherokee purple, and then a black crim with lots of weeds growing around it. Get out of there, weeds. So I want to come and mulch this. I've got the straw ready to go, just waiting for the tomatoes to get a little bit bigger. So that looks like a big rainbow. What do you say, little tag? Sean's yellow. There's a heritage sauce, another heritage sauce, another heritage sauce, and an Island Bay Italian. So lots more. Oh, look at that one. Look at that, guys. There's an Amish paste. Oh, I was gonna throw them all away, but I wonder, maybe if I keep some and plant them, they'll turn out okay. What are you? Oh, you're an Amish paste too. Oh, there's hope. Oh, I'm excited. I'm gonna get some at least, even if the ones I've still got in pots are, oh, that's an old Benga ox hat. So even if the ones I've got in pots are really bad, those ones are gonna do good. Well, that's an Amish paste, and that's an Amish paste. That is, what are you? Oh, this is a tomato that Lance's mum gave me, so I've called it Margaret's tomato. So that one, I think, is like a indigo gold pear, I think is the variety of that one. That's a Dargaville red and yellow. There's a cocktail, which is a cherry tomato, or golden nugget. Well, these look like all chew tomatoes. So golden nugget, red pear, yellow pear, and then I've got an Albenga ox heart. Those are all Albenga ox heart. Some more sauce. Andiamo is a sauce tomato. That is the same, and that one's a San Marzano. Oh, so I'm so pleased about those Amish paste tomatoes. Hopefully we're gonna get some. That's really exciting. I'm also really excited about the red and yellow pear. I think they're gonna look really cool together, and I've planted them right next to each other. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Marigolds are all looking really good too. They're starting to flower, which is really neat. And we actually were watching something on TV the other night, and I can't remember what it is, but she was saying that bees, in a typical marigold, bees can't get in to where the pollen is in the flower, so they're pretty much useless, a useless plant for bees, which I thought was really interesting. Right, I'll do the other side of the greenhouse. It's getting really hot in here. I'm pleased it is an overcast day and not a hot sunny day. So down here I've just given these some seaweed fertilizer, so hopefully they'll green up a bit, but they are quite yellowy, and I think it's just they need to get in the ground more than anything. So these are all my pumpkins and zucchinis. So what have I got there? Spaghetti squash, courgette, baby, beer, pumpkins, butternut, oh, rampicante, whangapurua. So I'm excited about all those. Be very cool. I've got another cosmos in this corner again, which I'm hoping will kind of, you know, bush out in this area, help bring bees into the greenhouse. So this is where I have the beans. They're just terrible, so we'll pull those out, and I'll probably just plant more tomatoes or peppers. I've put all my non-spicy peppers here, or capsicums I suppose, here. So I've got 2 lunchbox varieties, so they'll just grow kind of little, which will be nice. And then I've got a whole lot of California Wonders. I've got a Maconi Red and a candy cane. Ugh, this is really annoying. See, look at that. Stupid snails. This one is looking good though. It's a California Wonder. I'm so proud of these because I started them from seed and they look really great. More California Wonders. Then here I've got some Amish paste. They are looking okay, but some of them aren't looking that great. So we'll see. I'll give them maybe another week or 2, and if they're not going so great, I'll pull them out and pop something else in. And this next section of the greenhouse is my little flower bed. So I really wanted something to bring those bees and things into the greenhouse to help pollinate. So right in the middle of the greenhouse is my little flower patch. So I've got zinnias and asters and cosmos. Yeah, and I think it'll look really pretty in the middle of the greenhouse, as well as hopefully bring all those lovely pollinators in, so we get lots of tomatoes as well. So here it is, zinnias, and I've almost got a cosmos flower. Alright, next I've got the Roma tomatoes, and I've made 1 tomato cage so far, which I'm really happy with. So yeah, I think that will work well. Usually Roma tomatoes are my arch nemesis in the garden, and they always go terrible for me. My very first time growing seeds, I wanted to preserve, so I grew a ton of Romas, and they all got diseased with something, and I ended up having to chuck them all out and start again. So this year it's like Amish paste has taken over as my terrible tomatoes. So hopefully the Romas will do good in the greenhouse, and hopefully they really like it in here. They're all looking really good so far, and I think the tomato cages will be good because they can just grow up. And yeah, I've never trellised them before, so yeah, I'm hoping that it's going to go really well. Along from the Roman tomatoes, I've got my cucumbers and my hot peppers. So I've got yellow wax there, a serrano. Those are all serranos, shishitos, and I think those are all shishitos. And then this one is a habanero. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I can't imagine anybody wanting to eat, in our family wanting to eat a habanero, but we will have them. Right, cucumber varieties. So I've got a white wonder here. He needs to be trellised, so I'm just going to run a string up and wind the cucumbers up a string as well. And I have to learn how to prune cucumbers because I've never pruned them before, but in the greenhouse I think I should. So I will learn how to do that, and I'll show you as I learn. I've got a prolific mini. That's another prolific mini. I really like the mini cucumbers. It's a crunchy, because I feel like they're like a novelty, and the kids will come out and pick a little cucumber and snack on it, which is really cool. Pesca, so Pesca is a little bit of a bigger cucumber, and so is the Louisa. So those last two are the Louisa. So that's everything in the greenhouse. So we're going to come out of the greenhouse now and we'll walk down the last raised gardens on the other side of the greenhouses. And these ones aren't as exciting, but I'm hoping to put more of like the summer veggies and things like that in these ones. Right, so this one has got nothing in it really. It has a cosmos on that side, so it's got a calendula on that side and a little coriander on that side. We are going to be eating, check that guy out, take my hand. We're going to be eating this guy for tea tonight, and there is more in here. Oh yeah, so I think I might actually just pull these all out because I don't want them to really get any bigger than that or start going to flower. So they might all come out tonight when I harvest that one for tea. I've got some coriander that's going to seed. So I planted the red onions in here the other day. I've still got tons more of those to plant, but it's just about finding the right space for them. And then there's nothing in here, so this is where I pulled all the carrots out. Well, this whole bed here had carrots in, so I've pulled all those out. And this is where all the leeks were, so leeks have all come out and gone into the freezer. I had a whole lot of calendula self-seed in the in-ground garden, so before we pulled all that out, I moved a whole ton of them. So I've got some rainbow chard, and on here some more terrible peas, but the onions are all looking really good. And these peas aren't actually that bad compared to the other ones, so I think I'll leave them and hopefully they'll do fine. Some more rainbow chard. So this is the last raised bed here. So there's some more broccoli, just some silver beet, a borage, and then some spinach. Ugh, a bug just flew in my mouth. Ugh. And yeah, then empty. The rest of that bed is empty. Alright, so that's all this garden done. So we'll walk down to the other garden, which I don't think I showed you at all in the garden tour, because we were kind of keeping the new extension bit of the garden a bit of a secret until we posted the video. So we've posted the video now. So right, so the first thing we have here is the raised beds. So I'll just show you this whole area anyway, so you kind of can get an idea of what we're up to. So I'm just walking out of the garden and then I'll turn the camera around and walk back in. Okay, so we have made this into a hut for the kids. Used to be a tank stand, and this would have been ouch, spider web. This would have been like a root cellar. We'll use this again one day, but the kids really like climbing on top of it and playing in it, so we will let them have it for while they're little, and then when they get a bit bigger we may repair the windows, you know, and obviously the doors and things like that need to be fixed. But yeah, it's quite a cool space, and it's cool because they all love playing in the garden, so it's really cool that they can come in here and play while we're working. Coming along here is my garden shed. So I'll give you a little sneak peek because I cleaned it up. My cool door lock. my garden shed. So I painted this last year, I think. So this used to be an old chicken coop. See that was like their wall with their little nesting boxes. So yeah, last year we pulled all that out. This space where we have the garden used to be where the original house was on the property. So this shed initially, we were talking about it the other day, I think it was where the laundry was of the old house. You can see down here like the old flooring, which is quite cool. So that was the old flooring for, yeah, I'm pretty sure laundry, and like there was a bath there, I'm pretty sure. My memory's not so great, but I'm pretty sure that's what Lance's dad was telling us. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So then it was when they built the new house, which is where we live now, which is over 40 years ago. So when they built that, this eventually was turned into a chicken coop. We used it for a chicken coop for, I think, just for a year, and then we decided to have like the movable chicken coop, which we really like. So then we used this space for a little while for our piglets while we were just for a space to put them while we were trying to wean them, and now it's my garden shed, so it's probably a little gross, but yeah, I've given the walls a nice paint and the roof, so I think it's quite a cool space. This colour I think one day will be the colour I paint my kitchen or something like that, because I really love it. So yeah, oh, and I was talking about a sprayer while I'm in here. So this is what I use to put the seaweed fertilizer on, and this up here is what I have been using. So that is it's got, here I am, oh there we go. So it's got the little like certified organic little label on it, so that's quite cool. Right, so that is my shed. So then out here was the like chicken run. There's like a little door under there where the chickens came out and they could you know, have their outside space. But yeah, we've taken this out and we're hoping to put like just like a clear light roof over it and have it as like a picnic / potting kind of area, and just an extra place where I can put my plants when they're hardening off. So my plan for these two beds is to have them full of flowers. They're right in the middle of the garden. I just thought that would look really pretty to have to have these two with flowers, and then I've planted sweet peas to climb over this trellis. So yeah, in here is all my herbs and they're all going to flower and they look beautiful. I love all the purple flowers. And then I've got cosmos and chamomile that the birds keep picking out, so it's like the third time I've planted it. I've got zinnias, aster here, and then sweet peas all along here, and then this is a comfrey. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and I'll probably do similar thing in here, maybe some sunflowers and some more cosmos, some sweet peas on this side that can climb over as well. So I just had to go and get a new battery because my one died, and then I forgot what I was saying. But anyway, these two beds I think are going to look really cool right as you come in. So right as you come in the garden, and then they'll be looking really cool with lots of flowers in. Oh, it's starting to rain. So yeah, the next bit of the garden tour might be quick, but we'll see how it goes. So next bit of the garden, oh, so this If you are on Instagram with us, you would have seen this is all the couch grass that I pulled out of here. And yeah, so I'm hoping if I fill that up with tons and tons of stuff, I've pulled lots of it out, and if I just try and keep on top of it, that, yeah, fingers crossed that I won't get any more. So then we've got our lemon trees along here. So the Highland, this was the best one, it's the oldest tree, and then the Highland cows, I don't even think they ate it. I think they just bumped their big heads into it and it all broke. I've got some more comfrey there. I'm going to try and split this, divide this one and spread it to more places in the garden, especially around our fruit trees. So more lemon trees. This is 2 more lemon trees here. This is all coming out, so this is just self-seeded silver beet. That's got to go. Our strawberry patch, so we've got some very, very excited kiddos for, oh look, this is going to be our first one. Nice. So yeah, some very excited kiddos to come down to the garden and pick some strawberries. And while I was just saying that, I just found some weeds. Oh, there's another strawberry there. So yeah, that's going to be really really exciting. So it looks like I need to, I'm just pulling weeds out, but I need to probably come through. Oh no, I just found this one. That is going to be our first strawberry. There we go. I'm going to hide it a little under the leaf, so hopefully the birds don't find it before one of the kids finds it. So yeah, it's looking like I need to come through and weed these little holes. Lots of little weeds coming through. And also I just want to pick the flowers off any of the plants that are still really itty bitty. So like these ones, I don't want any of these ones to have flowers on them because they're all just too little. It's going to be heaps better for them if they can get to a really nice size before they start producing fruit. Now this is kind of like the messy corner of the garden. So I've got an nasturtium there. This is all my fertilizing, homemade fertilizer stuff. So we've got our worm farm, our fish fertilizer in that bucket. So our son likes to go fishing, and do we dare open it? I've been keeping the, I can't smell it, but I've been keeping the, oh now I smell it, the bones and all the guts and that sort of stuff for that. And this is our seaweed fertilizer, so we're almost out of that. You can pick as much seaweed off the beach as you like for yourself, but when you are selling food, you are not allowed to do that. So that is our leftovers from before we started selling food. So now we will just, yeah, we'll just use the packets that we have from Farmlands for our seaweed fertilizer, and we'll just use that on our own food until it runs out, and we won't make any more of that just because of those rules. Right, so yeah, this is like my least favorite corner of the garden. It's very messy, and yeah, lots of like ivy and stuff that we've been trying to slowly get rid of. So this little garden I have planted out, I just like was throwing seeds around willy-nilly, so I'm hoping that we get lots of self-seeded flower, well not self-seeded because I seeded them, but flowers coming up in there. We've got our grapefruit tree, so we're drinking lots of grapefruit lemonade from there, which is really cool. Lance has brought me over some straw to mulch these new raised garden beds, And yeah, this is another messy part of the garden. So this is just our old, this is like my first ever veggie gardens that I grew in, and now they're full of weeds. So I would like to empty them, I think, and plant them with something pretty. And this is the old greenhouse. So this used to be full of junk, and now it's full of junk again. But when we made the in-ground garden, which is just out here, the reason we made it there is because there was this greenhouse here. So we took all the junk out of it, we put compost down, and we grew stuff in here. The first year we grew in the ground garden, and it was just not great, and we think it's because of all these big trees out here. We have not really decided what we're going to use the space for, because it does seem like a bit of a waste, but at the moment it's just like where we keep all our black, you know, we've got our plastic for covering the ground, and we've got our like bug netting, and our like some of our clutches and stuff like that. So at the moment that's what this space is used for. So back out here, we've got some borage and some chives, all of our rhubarb plants, so they seem to be going really well. We've just got a few empty gaps, so we will fill those in at some stage. The wind has wreaked havoc on our weed matting here, but this is the new part of the garden that we've made. We ran out of staples, so we just kind of tucked the weed matting in underneath the beds, but the wind has been too strong for that, so we'll have to come through here and fix all that up, but that's all good. And I said the kids were going to have a garden. This is their little one that they're going to have, so they're really excited about that. And then we have our fruit trees over here. So Lance and I were just talking about this area after we made the paddock down the other end, that it would be really cool if we could fence this area off around the fruit trees as well, so Lance has less area to mow, because it is like our section is really big, as well as the section or like the roadside and doing this, so it's a lot to mow. So we thought we may be able to put things around the fruit trees and have some little lambs or sheep be able to graze around those occasionally to stop that from being a big job for Lance. Our fruit trees, plum trees, are looking really good. So we've got our fruit trees are about, I think 4 years old or 5 years old now. So we are the plum trees look like they have got lots and lots of little plums on them, which is really exciting. Our peach trees all have got a little fungal leaf curly disease on them, which is a bit of a pity, and I'm really useless at remembering to do anything about it. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to spray like apple cider vinegar or something like that on them when they are just forming buds, but yeah, I don't know, I don't even think we'll get peaches in our area anyway. I think it was a bit of wishful thinking that we planted those. So we are thinking of planting a lot more plum trees, and yeah, I think plum trees will do really well, and plums are something that we eat a lot of, which is also a good thing, I think. When you know, we eat a lot of peaches too, but there's no point in us having the peach trees there if they are not going to be producing fruit. So we'll leave them there, give them a chance and see what happens, but otherwise we will just maybe focus on plums. Sorry if it's a bit windy. I've just come out into the main bit of paddock to show you where we're putting the market garden and the potatoes. So this is our little patch for the market garden, which is really exciting. We're not actually planning on going to markets. So I always think that market garden is the wrong term for this, but we're going to be selling veggies from our gate and via our Facebook page and that, so that is exciting. And that's just what we do with our potatoes. So we have got our potatoes over here. This year we're growing a ton of seed potatoes, so this is the biggest area we've done for potatoes, and yeah, it's going really well. This is the first year that we've done them completely spray free. So the years previous we've sprayed initially before planting, and we haven't sprayed after that. But yeah, spraying was something that we just thought, you know, if we can avoid it, like we don't do it in our veggie garden, so you know, if we can avoid it out here, let's give it a try. So some of the problems we're going to come across is, you know, obviously weeds and stuff like that, but yeah, Lance has got a pretty good system of weeding with the tractor and then rowing them up, so I'll show you. So you can see the area is quite weedy, but you know, they're all kind of just sitting on the surface. So yeah, we're hoping, you know, coming through again with the weeder and ridging them up, and when the potatoes, there we go, we got some poking out. As the potatoes grow, they'll kind of smother those weeds quite a lot. So this is all as far as the camera can see, our first lot of potatoes we put in, so that's 1/2 ton on that side, and then over this side Lance has been working on weeding this area as well. And we're thinking, because this area on this side has been weeded a lot more before we've actually planted the potatoes, that we're going to have less trouble with weeds in the second half of our potato crop than our first half. So it's all just trial and error. This is our first time doing this much potatoes. It's also our first time doing the spray free crop. So when I say spray free, we're also not using any artificial fertilizers or anything like that, so they'll be completely naturally grown. They won't be organic because we're not certified organic, but yeah, we're really excited about having those growing, and yeah, it's really cool to see them popping up. We've had some really nice warm weather, which is really cool. So the wind's picked up quite a bit now, so I've just come in here to to sign off the video. So we will probably do another garden tour at the end of November, and then I don't know, maybe we'll see how things go, because we may, over the growing season, may do them a little bit more regularly than once a month, depending on how things are growing. But that is all for today. So that's the whole garden area that you've seen today, everything that we've got going on here in the garden part of Ballymullin Farm. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.